This is the final part where I'm going to show you how to edit the final details. But I'm not going to show you a completely finished model because I think you should discover some tricks for yourself. Well, not the tricks, but you should discover how to deal with the software. Now, first of all, this is not correct. Let's see if I go to the front view, F4, there's this big gap here. And the way to do this is go into sub object editing. We've already done that, but now we're going to put in the final details. If I look at my hand, then this is the way my fingers are lined up. So that's correct, but there's no gap here. So let's first see how to correct this. Now, if I, for instance, just select the hand and select these two polygons here, and I just pull them out like this, that already corrected the basics of the shape of the hand, but you can tell it's not going to go right here because this polygon is almost folding over itself, and that's not good. So I'm going to have to do something about that. Now, there's a couple of ways to do this, but this is the tricky part. I'm actually going to move this edge. Now, the command I'm going to use, and I'm going to have to look it up because I always use the short key for it. Let's see, where is it? Short key is MO, slide here. But I have to be in edge mode or point mode in order to actually be able to slide. So I'm taking edge mode because I'm going to select this edge, and I'm going to hit MO on my keyboard, and then I'm just going to slide it along these two sides. So it's now in the correct position. And you see that the polygons have different shades of gray, and that means this polygon is pointing inwards. If I turn around the polygon, I can actually tell that it is. And this one isn't sitting right either because you get this sort of folded over shape. So you should have a keen eye for detecting these kind of faults. I'm just going to take this one, hit MO again, and just going to slide this over. And if I look at this, see here it's actually a point that's too far into the palm of the hand. So hitting point mode, and I don't have to hit MO again because I still have it here as a tool, and I'll just slide this point along the axes of the edge. So that's how you basically edit the whole entire hand. Now you can tell that this one needs a tweak too. That's how you do it. You're basically sculpting the hand. And of course you can just push and pull entire polygons. That's okay. Now, for instance here, I'm just going to select an edge and actually select these edges because this is the back of the hand. Turn a little bit more. This is a problem. But these edges, not that one, this one. So I'm just gonna, with Control you can deselect, with Shift you can add to a selection, and I'm just gonna pick these ones up because these are gonna be the knuckles on the back of your hand. So I'm just gonna hit E and just pull them out like this. And I could do whatever. You know, I can just switch back to point mode, hit MO again, and just start dragging these points in and out. The main thing you need to do is roll around. Roll around your model See what it does, because it's not 3D, it's perspective. So you can't tell from one single side what your model is going to look like. You just can't. Right? So that's how you tweak the whole entire thing. Keep saving incremental, and make, I don't know, 30 backups of your hand, because you're going to need them in the end, because you're going to make a mistake and you're going to have to step back a few steps, a few saves, if we actually get it right. So you can use the move tool, that's the E. If you have a point or an edge or a polygon, and you can use MO in edge and point mode, not in polygon mode, but in edge and in point mode, and that's the way to edit all these details in. Now, final step, and this is going to be a shocker if you are starting to edit details. You have to put your entire model into a subdivision surface, which is right here. It's under the NURBS surfaces. And you put the hand as a child object into your subdivision surface. So this is what it looks like when it's smoothed out, organic. What it does, it just adds subdivisions. It makes the software think that this is actually a NURB surface. So a polygon that is square becomes completely round, but you can also tell that your fingers are becoming rather slim. So don't put your model in too late, but don't start too early. Now, there's one more tip, and it's pretty important. What you can do to actually change the appearance of the hand, switch to NURBS or polygons, is hit the Q button on your keypad. So Q is a toggle. Now, you can already tell what I need to do. First of all, I need to edit the tips of the fingers, which would be, if I go to Q, I can actually see what I'm doing. I can just pick this polygon here. Let's switch this one on. For instance, pick this one here and just shove it back so this becomes more pointy at one end. Cue it. Now you can tell I need to do something to the edges to put more detail in it. Don't bother with fingernails. And of course, it is nice if you have the hands in a pose. So straight like this doesn't look very natural. Bend the fingers. How do I bend the fingers? Pretty easy. I just do UI. Let's see. Yep, UI. And now I just roll them around, rotate. Of course, it's going to bend over itself. See, so now it has this little nick to it. I'll just shove it back and keep rolling the camera around the model. And I can actually use a little bit more of a selection and rotate it again and just move it up. But keep rolling the camera around so that you can see what you're actually doing in 3D and not just in perspective. All right, that's it. Good luck.